Hi, this is Dave Dyer of Biz Radio. It's Wednesday, October 29th. A lot of times people wonder whether or not the stock market is really just gambling. And to this I say, of course it is. It's obvious. Now, let me just explain something that I learned in an early psychology class. And this is an insight that I think puts gambling and the stock market in the proper perspective. And the insight is basically this: how you learn an activity can determine how you unlearn that activity. Think about that. The circumstances, the pattern of reinforcement that you learn an activity under can determine under what circumstances you will stop doing that activity. Here, let me give you an example. There are three cases. Okay. Number one, the chicken learns to peck the bar and get a piece of corn. Every time it pecks, the piece of corn comes out. This is a consistent, continuous pattern of reinforcement. It's 100%. Peck the bar, get the corn. Okay. How long does it take the chicken to unlearn that behavior? That is, when you start playing tricks on a chicken and set it up so that it can peck the bar and not get the corn, it'll do it 2, 3, a few times, come back maybe tomorrow, peck it once or twice, but it unlearns that behavior real fast because the pattern is broken. Okay, case 2. Suppose we set it up so the chicken gets reinforced, say, every other time or every third time that they peck the bar. Okay? And it takes a little longer to learn the behavior, because it's not consistent. But once they learn it, then you set it up so that the chicken doesn't get the corn again. Now, how long will that chicken take? Well, it might peck 3 or 4 or 5 times, a few different times. And then pretty soon it'll stop, because again it recognizes that pattern, which was a little different pattern every other time, is broken. Okay. Step 3, case 3. The chicken learns to peck the bar under an intermittent schedule of reinforcement. That is, it gets a piece of corn the first time, the 5th time, the 12th time, the 18th time. It's random. Give them a totally random schedule of reinforcement. It's a little harder to learn that activity. But once the chicken has learned it under that random schedule of reinforcement, then you play the tricks on a chicken and set it up so the machine doesn't give it corn anymore. That chicken will peck until it dies, because it's still expecting that intermittent schedule of reinforcement. And that, fans, is the stock market. That's how you learn to play the stock market. It's an intermittent schedule of reinforcement. Sometimes you're smart, sometimes you're stupid. Sometimes this perfect stock goes to the moon, sometimes you lose a bundle on it. It's an intermittent schedule of reinforcement. And some people never get started in it. But once you get started and you've learned the behavior under that intermittent schedule of reinforcement, you will do it forever until you're broke, or until you make so much money that it doesn't matter. So of course it's gambling. Now, that doesn't necessarily make it bad. There are a lot of other things that are gambling too. Fishing, for example, is gambling. You don't catch a fish every time you go or every cast. It's truly a random process. That's why I think a lot of people who play the stock market also like to go fishing. So, yeah, again, the fundamental insight is how you learn a behavior can determine how you unlearn it. And if you learn it through an intermittent schedule of reinforcement, you're going to have a real hard time unlearning that behavior. And that's gambling. And that's also the stock market. So anyway, that's my message for today. If you'd like more information about what we do at Biz Radio, just go to bizradio.com. That's B-I-Z. And you can check out all sorts of cool stuff. Thanks. Bye-bye.